Hi, everybody. I'm Ben Mankiewicz. We are winding down this month's TCM Spotlight series about the influence of World War II on 5 American directors, Frank Capra, William Wyler, John Huston, John Ford, and George Stevens, and their influence on the war. Tonight, we're focused on Stevens. Back with me once again is my guest, Mark Harris. His book, 5 Came Back, is about these directors at war. Mark, welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for being here. Up next, we have George Stevens' 1959 film, The Diary of Anne Frank. We've talked about it a little bit tonight as we've been discussing Stevens. You said it really well. It's like there are two completely different directors, the pre-war Stevens and the post-war Stevens, both excellent directors, but not even remotely similar.
Yeah, Stevens said that after his experience at Dachau, he felt he would not ever be capable of making another comedy, and he didn't. I mean, his first movie after the war, I Remember Mama, which was in 1948, is a comedy, but of a very gentle, reminiscent kind of
certainly
nostalgic
not a romantic
sort.
comedy. It's not a lightweight comedy.
Right, and there are no big laughs in it. And after that, through the 50s, he turned entirely to drama and made A Place in the Sun, Shane, Giant, and then at the very end of the 1950s, this movie.
I imagine, given what he had seen and how it had affected him, that making The Diary of Anne Frank to some might have seemed like a peculiar decision, a strange decision, or at least, let me not categorize it that way, a decision that he would have avoided. Nobody made him make this movie.
Right. I mean, it's interesting to me because Stevens probably saw more of the war up close himself than any of the other 4 directors did. And he had absolutely no desire after the war to go and make a movie about that wartime experience in any kind of way that glorified combat. He, in interviews, often said that he thought his World War II movie was Shane, and that he felt that Shane was a movie in which he wanted to show the impact, the destructive impact of a single bullet and what it could do. He made it in response to his horror at kids running around with toy cap pistols after the war. Nevertheless, 6 years after Shane, he turns to The Diary of Anne Frank and comes as close as he came in his career to making a World War II movie.
What do you think? I'm asking you to read his mind a little bit, but from what you know, why did he choose to make this picture?
I think that, and I'm guessing, but I think that what stayed with Stevens the most about the war was the Holocaust. It wasn't battlefield camaraderie or bravery. It was what he saw at Dachau. And The Diary of Anne Frank was, in a strange way, a movie that could combine the old pre-war Stevens with the new, serious post-war Stevens, because it really is, in a horrifying way, akin to some of the domestic comedies that he made before the war. It's about a lot of people together in tight circumstances, tripping over each other.
Yeah, there are funny moments.